Good morning, everyone. It is I, the one and only Dudesort, and welcome to Thursday, I believe. Fairly quick week that we're having here. Hello, how is everyone doing? Today we will be working on a new game, which we kind of started yesterday afternoon. But since almost no one was watching, we'll just pretend that we are kicking it off now. But yeah, we'll be kicking off a new game in Unity. Pretty cool. Yesterday we worked on the Unreal Engine game, the RTS game, during the morning. And we made some cool improvements to the rally points, the little like flags that you put on to specify where units should default move to when they spawn. Simonot here, but actual work lurk. Hello, Simonot. Goodbye, Simonot. Thank you for the view, I guess. My cat is being very annoying today. I don't know what's going on with him. But I need you to chill, little guy. He keeps meowing and meowing, but there's nothing actually for me to do. Everything is good with him. He's just being a piece of work. Pick up the cat. Cat. I should make these redeemable. Cat. Cat camera. Hello. This side. Cat camera. Wait. Okay, now that I leaked my entire background, I guess. Yeah, yesterday we worked on the Unreal Engine game. Today we'll be working on the Unity game. And who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. I never actually know what I'm gonna work when I wake up. So I kinda decide in the 10 minutes prior to starting the stream. But I guess it keeps it more fun this way, because essentially I will work on whatever I'm feeling like working, which is a little better than being forced to work on something that you don't want to. But yeah, this is not this. This is Dwarven checkers. It's essentially Elgardio with the first. Congrats, my guy. Hello, good morning. Yeah, this is Dwarven checkers. And well, essentially it's a board game that a friend of my... Guys, we need more hot takes, because if not we are just always spamming the same ones. So you can kind of force me to say weird shit, and then we can add those. But yeah, this is Dwarven Checkers, which is essentially a board game that a friend of mine invented, which is the same owner for the Unreal Engine game, by the way. But this is his own personal project, while the other one was... it's a community project, that it's not his original idea. But yeah, this is his game. It's a board game. It has a set of rules that he created. And I've played this. It's very, very fun. It's fairly difficult to actually explain how the game works without like having proper visuals. But essentially, each round, you as blue player, for example, will have 3 movement tiles that you can place to essentially extend your route. And your route must always connect to your base or to these pivot points. But essentially every round you gain 3 movement tiles that you are able to place, and then you can roll a die to figure out what is the combat tile that you earn for that specific round. And the combat tiles are the ones that you can place on these ones as long as you have a connection there. And essentially these combat cells, or these victory cells, are worth points if you control them. So at the end of each round you add the number of points for the cells that you control. And essentially the fun thing about this game is once you start fighting one another, whenever you conquer victory cells from the opponent, you essentially destroy a portion sorry, you essentially destroy a portion of the path that they had created, right? Because, for instance, imagine that you have a direct path towards here, and then you start another path towards this direction here. If an enemy, for example the green enemy, comes by and then he conquers this piece, which means that it needs to have a direct path here, then this will break this part of the path for the blue player. So like all of these tiles would be essentially destroyed, which then will kind of force the blue player to either attack or do like a round about this tile in order to actually continue. It's difficult to explain without actual visuals, but it's a really, really fun game. Yeah, vibe colors get more done. That is true. Well, they get it done faster. I don't know if they get it done better, but yeah, I guess more done is faster. faster done. So yeah, yesterday we kicked this off on the afternoon stream, and essentially the only thing that we did was we mapped the cells. So essentially, this entire board is like an FBX file with different parts. And what we did yesterday is that we created all the individual game objects or entities or whatever they are called here to each one of these cells, like to the center of each one of these cells, which now essentially allows you to test if like the height and the position, the offset for each cell is like actual proper, you know, which appears to be. Yeah, I need to map this all by hand, and GG. This is the first unit code that I've written in over 10 years, by the way. But I mean, it works. I couldn't remember anything of the API, but we still got there. Without LLMs, by the way. I'm old school Googling answers. Because if not, the game, the LLM will just one-shot this. Okay. So for today, I would say that the objective... Okay, so this is supposed to be a multiplayer game. Okay, a multiplayer game over the network. Over the internet. But I would say that before we get there, we might as well make this work single player. Single player in the same computer. Multiple players in the same computer, where every round it like switches to another different player, and then that player is the one that plays, and all of that. But essentially, if we are able to play the game completely locally on the same computer, then we'll know that at least the rule set for the game is properly implemented, and then it's just a matter of just double quotes. It's just a matter of actually starting implementing the multiplayer on Unity that I've never done before. But I mean, I guess that will be fun once we try and fail miserably. But that means that I will need to play testers, and that's where you guys enter. We'll need to play test this game across the network. So yeah, that's the plan. I mean, let's start, I guess, implementing the rule set. More stuff. So you have this game can either be played in a 2v2 with like opposite ends, or well, not a 2v2, 1v2, a 1v1 but with 2 players, or a 1v1v1v1 with 4 players. So it's either a 2-player game or a 4-player game. It cannot be a 3-player game because, for example, if you were to pick blue and then TS Just would pick like purple and Elgardia would pick green, then the blue guy is cooked because he needs to be fighting 2 guys, while the purple and the green only have to fight 1, which is blue, right? They won't have to actually fight well, they will at certain point, but at the start of the game, the blue one is the one that is closer by to them. So the game is only actually playable by 2 players or 4 players, and if it's 2 players, they need to be opposite ends. Yeah, essentially each turn you get 4 of these, 3 of these, and then you roll a die, and the die will tell you if you get a combat tile of value 1, value 2, or value 3, which is then what you place on these tiles right here, on these cells. And then the opponent will have to do the same thing at the beginning of their turn, and they will place movement tiles just to be able to move around, and then whenever they need to conquer one of these victory cells for the first time, then they just place the cell there. But if an enemy or a blue one tries to conquer that cell, then he says, okay, I'm gonna try to conquer with my two value combat piece, and then this guy will roll 2 die. This will only roll 1 dice, and then whoever gets the higher number wins. Essentially, that's the game. The first one to, I believe it's 31 points or something, gets the girl. Or the boy, or whatever you enjoy the most. But yeah, whoever gets, I believe 31 points wins. 35 points, never mind that. These darker victory cells are worth 1 point. These intermediate blue ones are worth 3 points. And then this very, very bright cyan is worth 5. So that's how you keep track of the score. GG. That's the game. We made it. It's finished. No, just kidding. Okay, I need to figure out like a proper layout for Unity, because this layout is yucky. I don't know if there's like a proper layout that you guys can recommend. 2x3. No, this sucks. 4 split. No. Tall. Wide. Nah, I don't like this. I'm trying to find something that is actually like properly visible, like so, you know. So maybe I'll move the hierarchy here. Maybe something like this, and then something like this. White is what I use, yeah. Yeah, but because I will probably do it smaller, like this, I guess the best layout is actually this one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably leave it like this. I think this is the best one for people to actually see what is going on. Although, no, hold on, because then I'll have this. I'll have the code running. So I guess I'll put the code. No, I guess I'll put Unity there. Yeah, maybe something like this. And then I put this one there as well. Yeah, maybe something like this works. I don't know. Thoughts? Do we like this layout? I mean, I guess it works. I guess it works. Okay, let's go and see what the hell is happening here. There's a second blue guy there already created. Let me clear it. Combat tiles, 3 purple, 3 green, 3 red, 3 blue. Good job. And whatever grid this is, I can remove. Okay, good job, good job, good job, good job. Okay, so we'll start as every game that was ever built in Unity starts, I guess, which is with its main class called Game Manager, the one responsible for doing every single bit of game logic. I guess. I mean, that's how I remember doing it back in the day. Game manager. Good job, us. Then there's, I think there's like a possibility of turning this into a singleton somehow. And then if it's a singleton, you can like essentially call it from everywhere, and life is beautiful. I just end up with various things with scripts on, no overall manager. Well, you don't actually have a game, right? You have like, let's see. I'm not criticizing, by the way. I'm just saying that you haven't actually built a game. You built a simulator, so it's kind of different, I would say. I mean, obviously you have like different. You have like one class for the boat rendering, one for the steering wheel, one for the generating the waves and all, one for the wind. I can understand all of that, but if you need to keep track of scores, which round you're on, who's the next player, then you'll probably put everything on a game manager. That's at least what I used to do. I don't know if it's the proper way to do it. You can correct me. It's fine. I haven't been coding Unity for so goddamn long that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just trying to remember what I used to do, right? And what I used to do is that I would create like a pub static game manager instance or something like this, and then I would try to. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to properly do this, but then here at the start, or maybe wide awake, something like this, I would do instance equals this, something like this, and then I would be able to access the game manager like directly from anywhere, you know. And without a setter. This is what I remember doing. Because then this will allow you to go to a different script, and here I'll be able to do game manager dot instance, and then just do stuff here. Maybe this is the way, maybe it isn't. Correct me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm learning. I'm essentially relearning how to do a Unity game. So if you notice me doing a bad pattern, I would really appreciate if you guys could tell me what I'm doing. Not perfectly. In any case, game manager. What does the game manager need to handle? So we'll have players. So we'll need to keep track of who's the next player is, or current player and then next player. So let's see, we'll have maybe a player, current player. Oops. No, public. Ooh, I'm writing like Rust code in the middle of my C#. Help. Okay, for now I'll put an int. It's whatever. Current player will be this. Maybe I will need to keep track of next player, something like this. I would need to have an array of scores, right? Like a scores, and the length of these will depend on if it's a 1v1 or a 1v1v1v1. Same for current and next player, so I guess we need to create a number of players. Something like this. Okay, what more do we need? What more do we need? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll probably need also to have some sort of enum, like game state shenanigans, but I might as well put this onto a different class after. But I mean, this would be... Okay, let's start to figure out what are the possible states for this. Each player is given a home base. Randomly select a starting player. Player proceeds clockwise. Okay. I mean, player E, player colors. If it's clockwise, then it's blue. The second one is green, then it's red, then it's purple. Can I add auto formatting here? Format on save. Save. On save, remove trailing blank lines at the end. Ensure every saved file ends with a line break. I mean, whatever. Remove trailing blank lines. Okay. Is there an actual formatter for C#? Do you know, Samanot? Because you write C# professionally. How would I go about setting this up here? Actions on save. Reformat and clean up code. Oh, okay. GG. We did it. Good job. Oh, this is actually... It actually moved to the end. No. I don't know. I don't like this. Hold on. Profile. What is the apply syntax? Syntax style. Nah, bro, I don't want you to move stuff. Okay, we'll leave it this way for now. Fixed size buffer may be declared in struct only. Okay. Good. Good on ya. Good on ya. Okay, might as well call them index or something. Okay, but then we have game states, which is what I was going to do. Can you get rid of all of these stuff? Game state. Game states. Okay, I just want you to format the code. I don't want you to add additional stuff. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, what are the game states? I just end up with various things with scripts on. Oh no, sorry, that was the, the old comment. Never mind. Okay, so let's see. The game state will be earn movement styles. And then it's earn combat tiles. These requires rolling 2 d4s. Actually, it's not 2 d4s. How do you actually earn this? Yeah, there's stuff missing here. I don't remember if it's a d4 or a d6. I think you run a d6. No, d4 dice. I mean, but combat tiles only go from 1 to 3. Okay, there's something odd here. Let me message the guy. Because I remember that we used to have a d6 dice to roll for the combat tiles. How do you roll to earn combat tiles? Wasn't it d6? Doesn't mention that at all. Alright. We keep going. We'll just pretend that we need to roll something. And I will probably just randomly give you one. Doesn't matter. And then you place... Then you are on the place tiles situation where you can either place movement tiles or you can either place combat tiles. And then we can enter a combat. Combat start, combat resolve. Well, because essentially you'll place a combat tile on top of another tile from your opponent, and then we'll resolve the combat, and resolving the combat requires rolling dice as well. Okay. Okay. I would say that now for the rolls we can just generate random numbers and it's whatever. Scoring. Players score points for each control victory tiles. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, so these are the game states. Combat resolve, and then whenever you no, hold on. Let me think. So we start a new round, and then we'll eventually select the next player. Then that player will earn movement tiles. He will earn combat tiles, which requires rolling dice. He will place either movement or combat tiles. I don't know the word, like one or another, at whatever rate they want, as long as they still have them. And then sometimes they might combat, and then end player turn, and here it will be a end game turn or end round, and then an end game. Okay, something like this. And then we just loop around. No, okay, we can have the end game, and I mean start game, whatever. Something like this. These are the game states that we'll have. Okay, so cool. What do we actually need to do now? I think we'll need to do some boring task. Because some cells, can I move? Some cells, like these regular brownish ones, they are regular movement cells. But then you have these colored ones, which are combat cells. You see? So, I think we'll need... What the hell is this camera? Oh, it's just for the particle effects. I see. Okay, really cool. So I guess we'll actually need to go and create like a movement cell and like a movement cell and a victory cell, or a combat cell, or whatever you want to call it. I mean they call it victory tiles. Yeah, the naming is a little bit odd, because it says you place a combat tile on an occupied victory tile, but I mean, if we assume that these are tiles, then this is not a tile. So I'll just call them combat cell, or combat cell and movement cell. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Or maybe, nah, I don't want to do this. I would say that maybe we could have an enum here inside this cell class, where we would essentially specify if it's one or the other, but then we also need to specify the score, and movement won't have scores. So I'd rather have a movement cell and then a combat cell. That's just my opinion. Movement cell and then a class cell, combat cell. Yeah. Okay. Cells. Pew, pew, pew. Off we go. I mean, I wonder, maybe combat cells could depend from cell, you know? It's just so they actually have the thing. Maybe. Hold on, let me try something. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. No, I want to keep this clean. This is a combat cell. What this is going to have is worth. I can keep writing pub. The worth, which will by default will set to 1. Or I can just do this and it's whatever. Then it starts at 0. It's gonna have a worth and it's gonna have a public int current owner. Yeah, so we'll have a combat cell. There will be a player index that owns this cell, and then we'll do some fighting in here. Okay, I think this is enough. And then we have movement cells, which they will also need to have the current owner here. Well, but if I have the current owner here, I might as well put them. No. No. I want to do. I'll keep it like so. I'll keep it like so. I will just use cell as a tag essentially. Or then we can remove cell and we'll just keep combat cells and movement cells. I don't know. Okay, movement cell only has the current owner. Oh, and this has a public int worth, it has a public current owner, and it has a public int current combat style. Or instead of worth, I'll call it value. And the current owner is the color, or is the color of the player, and then the value of the combat tile that they placed on. Yeah. I think this is the way. Okay, which now means that we need to go and start setting all of this up. She's gonna be a little bit painful. She's gonna be a little bit painful, but it's part of making a game, you know. Okay, so this plus this, so it already has a cell, and I'll put a movement cell in all of these. Okay, and these two will need to take a combat cell. Okay, and this is worth 1, and this is worth 1. Okay, good job. First row done. So now we need to do second row. Okay, so these will be movement cells. Then we'll have a combat cell worth 3. And then everything else will be movement cells as well. Good job, us. Okay, row. Let me just check that all of these are correct. So it's movement, combat for 3, movement. Okay, good job. We go again. Okay, so these two are movement. This third one is a combat worth 1. Then all the way to 8. These are movement. 9 is combat worth 1. 10, 11 are movement. Good job. Okay, row number 3. Well, this one is easy. All movements. Row number 4. Okay, first one is a combat cell worth 1. And then we have these movement cells. These ones are combat cells worth 3. And then these are all movement cells. Then the last one is a combat cell worth 1. Okay, good job. Good job. Okay, row number 5. Okay, combat cell worth 3. Then a movement cell. Then a combat cell worth 3. Then a movement cell. Then a combat cell worth 3. Then a combat cell worth 5, I believe. Then a combat cell worth 3. Then a movement cell. And then a combat cell worth 3. And then a movement cell. And finally a combat cell worth 3. Good job. Row 5 done. Okay, so this one is a combat cell worth 1. These are all movement cells. These two are combat cells worth 3. Good job. All of these are movements. And the last one is a combat worth 1. Good job. Row 7. All movements. Good job. Okay, so we got now 2 movements. 1 combat worth 1. A bunch of movements here. This is a combat worth 1. And this is 2 movements as well. Good job. We keep going. So 0 to 4 will be movements. Then we'll have a combat worth 3. And then movements all the way. Movements all the way. And then last but not least, 4 movements, 2 combats worth 1, and 4 movements. All right, good job, y'all. We did it. We went through the boring phase. Good job, us. Hell yeah. Okay. So what do I actually need to do now? Let me think. I will need to have some sort of like a. So this is the game manager. Then I'll need to have like a player manager or a player prefab manager or something which will allow me to actually match the player to its own assets. So let me create. I would say that probably there's a better way to do this. The same way that there is a data table for Unreal, there should be a way to do this in Unity easily. Without creating a script. I wonder how. I wonder how. Playable asset script. Assembly definition. What's this? Do we know what it's called? I mean, maybe they don't have it. Maybe I would need to create my own. What's a playable asset script? Maybe that's what I want. Playable asset script. No. Unity data tables. Does this exist? Good job. Let's see. I mean, I could use arrays. I just don't think that would be better, you know? Okay, it looks like there isn't. So if there isn't one, prefabs manager. If there isn't one, we'll make our own. We will make our own. Okay, instead of prefabs manager, I'll call it prefab. Or prefab table. Oops. Maybe prefab table. Data table. I don't know. Yeah, and essentially what I'll need to do is for public game objects, it's going to be some sort of array or something. Player blue what are these called? Combat tiles. Player blue combat tiles. Okay, what are you complaining about? Okay, then we'll have player green, and then we'll have, I mean, I can literally remove the player. Green combat tiles, then we have red combat tiles, and then we'll have, I guess that is purple combat tile prefabs. Nah, let's keep it like this. And then we also gonna have this, but instead of combat tile, it's going to be a movement tile. Yep, good job. So game manager goes there, prefab manager goes there. And now I just need to match prefabs. Lock this, good job. Okay, so this is the movement, green movement, red movement, purple movement. And then this is, oh, it's blue first, I see. So it's blue 1, 2, and 3. Then it's green 1, 2, and 3. Then it's red 1, 2, 3. Very nice. I missed working with a easy to use engine. Ay ay ay. Guys, never build your own game engine. That's like the worst idea ever. Hot take. It's not an hot take. Don't make your own game engine. You have no fucking idea what you are putting yourself into. It's gonna just be a waste of time and effort. Ay ay ay. Okay, map is done. Hooray! Hooray. What's next? So if the mapping is done, I mean, I won't actually need to use start and update. Although I can imagine myself in the future having, well, not me, again, it's not my game, but I can imagine in the future we'll have variants for these tiles with different scratches and stuff, but at the same time we could just reuse the same tile and just replace the texture. And Unity allows you to do that fairly easily, because again, these are no, hold on, prefab asset, but these are like FBX's files, and then you have like the textures here and all. So in theory, we could just like replace the textures. All right, so we have all of this mapped. I'm thinking that I'll probably want these off screen, just not to, I mean, the way where they are, they actually don't affect the game at all. Yeah, they are not visible. So that's GG. So that's GG. So what do I want to do here now? What do I want to do here? Pa, pa, pa. I don't even know. I do not even know. I would say that I would probably want to, instead of having these scores here, I'll also need to keep track of the tiles that each player has. So might as well create like a player class or something, you know? I don't think this will depend on mono behavior. Yeah, I don't think this will depend on mono behavior at all. It's just a player data thing. And here I'll need to keep my own score, and I'll need to keep an array of movement tiles. I mean, movement tiles are always worth hold on. Okay, so you get 3 movement tiles and you are forced to always place the 3 movement tiles. Well, okay. Movement tiles. Okay, and then we'll have an array. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. I didn't. GG. So we'll have an array of combat tiles, but we can only have a max of 4. I mean, you don't like this, so what does this read-only do here? Does this mean that I cannot modify the size of this, but I can modify its contents? I don't even know. Okay, let's do some research. C# read-only. What do you do? In a field declaration, read-only means you can only assign the field during the declaration or in the constructor in the same class. You can assign and reassign the read-only field multiple times with the field declaration and construction. Okay, but this will allow me public. Is it called function? No, I don't even know what it's called. Do stuff. Is it like this? Incredible. Can I actually do this? Or will you complain? Return statement. Oh, sure. Okay, so it read-only just doesn't let me reassign these. Okay, I see. So I'll probably also want these on the other field, the other script. What was it called? Yeah, the game manager. I mean, we'll get rid of this. Okay, so you have a score, movement tiles, combat tiles. I would probably want to have some static constant max combat tiles equals 4. Something like this. The modifier static is not valid for constant. Okay. Well, if it's a constant, can I just reuse it everywhere? Okay. I'm already imagining ways to modify the game, you know? Like, we might be able to play with the max number of combat tiles if we were just to able to expose these in a different file. I mean, I probably want it static and not constant. I'm not gonna modify it, but I mean, we'll think about it later. Okay, public const max combat tiles. Okay, really good. Okay, so this stores the player data. What more do I need to store here? So I have my current number of movement tiles available, my current number of combat tiles that I have, up to a maximum of 4. I have my score. I mean, I think it's this. I think it's this. Okay, so then on the game manager, we will also actually have an array of player data. Okay, now I did sneeze. And this will depend on the maximum number of players, but for now we can max players. It's also gonna be 4. No. How do I... Maybe I create a file named constants. I don't know. Constants. Do I actually need to have these inside here? Instead of a class, you are a structure. Then I can do this. Okay. Good job. Okay, more constants. Winning score 35. I already know that's what we will have. Here will be movement tiles awarded. Going to be 3. Combat tiles awarded. Going to be 2. Okay. Movement tiles remaining, I guess. No, I'll keep movement tiles. It's wherever. Um, okay. Okay. So on this game manager, I used to have this tile spawner tester that I won't use now. I'll leave it there, but disabled. This is just to validate that things are kind of working, you know. Okay, but let me see. If the camera is at minus 0.5, minus 0.5, 1.1. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll leave this tester for now. We don't actually need it. I mean, it's not even running. I was just trying to play here a little bit with this size thing, but this is worse. Hold on. Public distance to board. Float distance to board equals 10f. And I'll try to play with this just to see if if this feels a little bit better. Because I think we'll essentially need to do the same code. 1.5. I mean, this feels somewhat better. Although here it feels janky. That's because of the camera angle. Yeah, I'll need to figure out a better way to do this. Yeah, I'll need to figure out like the tilt of the camera, because the camera is slightly tilted, as you can see. And I will need to cast a ray that intersects with the plane of the board. And then based on that plane, I'll get the closest position. Maybe that's the way to go, instead of using this weird distance to board shenanigans, because then I can also move the board around or move the camera, and it should always work. Okay, let's do that first. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this has no this stream has no structure at all. I'm just working on whatever I feel like. I guess it's more fun this way, at least for me. Okay, so what we want to do? We want to create a plane on this board. I don't care for this, I don't care for... Well, I have the board there, then I have the cell anchors. Okay, so I guess I will need to, on this board tiles root, I'll probably create here a physics 2D collider. Because when I cast a ray, it will only collide with Yeah, maybe I create a physics collider 2D just for this thing. Yeah. Don't have just a single plane. No, I don't want to do a 2D. I'll do a regular 3D. So I guess I can use a box collider. Okay, but actually this is fairly offset. Hold on. Oh no, hold on. No. I mean, this is all already kind of messed up, isn't it? I mean, it's whatever. Is whatever. I'll just want like a very thin and wide. Pum pum pum, pam, pam. Um, 15, 14, 5, 4, 3, 5. Something like this. Now it is centered here. And now I can essentially scale it. I mean, I might as well do the entire board. Okay, good job. Now this is way too down, so I'll need to move this up. Maybe a little bit more up. This is just so I can like raycast this and see where the hell I'm actually clicking. Yeah, okay, good. Or ideally I would use one mesh collider with the shape of these, and then I would check where in the position of the world did I click, and then I would do that, but I would need Jacob for that. And he's not here, so this will have to suffice. Okay, so here on the game camera, they have some sort of screen point array. And this is the mouse position, and that is just ignored. Okay. So this is the array. Can I do this? Can. Oops. And then what I'll need to do is I'll need to do a physics raycast my ray. And if this actually collides with something, something happens. Else, false. It dot point. Okay. Hopefully this should be better, right? Like I'm casting the ray for this, I'm checking the it. Oh, why is it floating? Oh. No, hold on, I'm confused. Nearest cell that transform that position. I mean, yeah. Notepad apparently has broken copy and paste now. Damn, that's a crazy sentence. Notepad is probably like the simplest, well, not now, but it used to be the simplest app on Windows, and they were able to mess that up as well. Unity is good. I kind of understand what is going on now. Yeah, I mean, Unity is, well, to begin with, it is a language that you understand, right? Because you use this pretty much every single day. C++ and Rust, I'm not saying you can't read those, but it takes a little bit more energy to understand what's going on. Yeah, what the hell is happening here? Why do these have an offset? I mean, I'm just literally... cells. The hell? Hold on. We're able to actually mess this up somehow. Maybe I was... Yeah, I was. I was able to somehow move these up. Okay. Cool. Okay, so this now should work. Okay, cool. And these now should work for like any tilting, because now I'm using that plane. So if I were to like rotate all of this crap, just a test, okay? But if I were to rotate it like so, in theory, this should work, which it isn't. Good job. Why? What is wrong with you, my guy? Oh, because I rotated it, but then I need to offset it properly. Something like there. Hold on, why is this so messed up? Okay, never mind. We go back. But in theory, it's gonna work. And that's all that matters. If it doesn't, then we'll fix it. But yeah, GG. Notepad AI. Notepad. I don't even know how to read that in English. Notepad. Notepad. AI'd. Not PI'd. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird word to read. Paid, not paid. Pay. Not paid. Nah, but if you say not paid, then you don't actually are announcing the AI bit. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so improved on this. What is the next thing we need to work on? I mean, I guess we better start implementing like the rounds and stuff. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Public e-game states, current state. Oh, this needs to be public as well. Okay. Okay, I'll probably move these e-game states elsewhere. Same here. I don't even know if I need these colors. I keep writing pub only. The ruster in me is coming out. Okay, so we start in start game. Cool. I would say that all of these states will have like a void transition to next state shenanigans, you know, or like bull something, and these either transitioned or didn't transition. Transition to next state, because my idea is that I would be able to like put timers here, but timers are yucky. So how could I do this? Because I'm trying to imagine what might happen in the game. I don't know if exactly what the art direction is going to be. I'm just here to code the game logic, but I'm trying to make this almost future-proof. So I'm imagining that you are like on your little main menu where you select the number of players and then you say host or connect, right? You might have lobbies and all of that stuff. And then you click start, whatever. And when you click start, I think that this might like play some sort of animation, you know? This might play some sort of animation. And in reality, I want to transition from start game to start round at the end of that animation. But we don't have an animation yet, so what could we do related to that, you know? I don't know. I don't know. That would be the job of the machine transitioning states. Yeah. But I'm trying to put in a mock data just to pretend that we have an animation going. So I will need some sort of duration, but that duration should come, or the time remaining should come from the animation that is playing. But for now, I can like hard code it to be like 3 seconds or something. Kick off animation, let it play, then swap to next state. Yeah, maybe I can create like mock animations here, like just empty animations with some set of duration, and then I would control the duration of the game from there. And then Jacob can do whatever he wants with the animations. He can like make stuff blow, rotate the camera, wherever. But maybe that's a better idea. If I were just to put like animations here. Animation controller, animation clip. I don't know what any of this is. What's an animation clip? I mean, it's still attached to an animation. Oops. What is an animation controller? Oh, it's the state machine. Yeah, fuck this. I don't want this. I don't want... Although you could use... You could technically use the state machine or this animation controller to guide the state of the game. But that's... black. That's yucky. Timeline. What the hell is a timeline? How is a timeline different from an animation? Okay, so maybe I want a timeline, and then the timeline can have multiple animations. Okay, maybe that's the way. Good job. Start game. I mean, like timeline. Timeline start game. Now what? I create one track group. I don't know. Control track. Bro, I don't even want like proper stuff. Oh, maybe signals. Oh, I see. So maybe I'll want to signal. Start game. Wherever. I can put a signal here, and whenever this is triggered, start game done. I don't know. When things pertain to animations, textures, and models, the designers have their own proper rules for naming them. So I'm using what we were using in Unreal because it's also working in Unreal with us. So I guess, see, like SM for static mesh. So I guess I will try to just use the same thing. I have no idea. I mean, I can always rename this. I mean, I can even just do a timeline, start game, and here a signal, start game, something. Okay, where do I want to put this signal? Oh, I can set the seconds here. Cool, this is what I want. So I want to start the game after 3 seconds. Okay, good job, we did it. Now, what do I do with this? You know, emit signal. Oh. Emit signal. Emit once. Okay, so I guess that... I see. So I guess that now I'll need to have some sort of way to read from signals. Unity signal. I can already tell that I'm a better game developer than what I was before, because before I couldn't care less about animations. I would just hard code everything in code. Here's what signals look like. I mean, that's cool and all. How do I use it in code? Code. Show me code. I couldn't care less about this, my guy. Signal receiver. Signal emitter. Signal receiver. Oh, I see. I guess. So if I go on this game manager, there might be a component called signal receiver. Signal receiver. Good job, us. And this is the function that we call. Did it. Good job. Yeah, I didn't read, so it doesn't count. Signal receiver. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So here I would call... I mean, this is a start game. Start game finished. Something like that. Start game finished. Actually, start game finished. And then here, can I call a method on game manager that broadcast message? What the hell is this? Oh, so I can only call like coroutines stuff, or I can send a message. What the fuck is this? No function. Show random key. So can it actually call like any public method on my game manager? So if I were to do a public void start on start game finished, something like this. Come on. Come on. On start game finished. Good job. GG. We started the game. Okay. So now we click play. We click play. We wait for 3 seconds, and after 3 seconds, you're gonna see GG. We started the game. Or maybe not. What the hell is all of these errors? Ay ay ay. Where are all of these errors? Ay ay ay. We did something, and now something is not working again. This is crashing, and I don't know where. Missing referencing exception. The variable m targets of game object inspector doesn't exist anymore. Is there an actual instance of the animation? Well, it's actually a timeline. It's not even an animation. Duh. And no. I kind of forgot to to do that. So how do I do that? Do I do like a timeline manager thing here? No, not new scene. Bro, you need to chill. No, remove scene. Good job. So do I need to create like a timeline manager game object or something? No. And then it kind of plays. I don't know how that goes. Timeline manager. Timeline. Animation. Animation clip. Nah. No. It's not this. Hold on. That's it. Okay, bro, we need to chill. Since timeline's introduction 2017. Okay, Unity timelines. Tutorial, because I'm dumb. Let's go. Speedrunning. Introduction. You create a timeline. You do tracks. You do stuff. Cool. Complete. Yeah, I don't care. Next. Creating tracks. No. Working with activation tracks. No. Controlling animation and components in timeline. No. I just want to see how the hell do you play these. Positioning clips. Bro, I don't care for any of this. Gotta instantiate it and then play. Do they even tell me how to assign this timeline anywhere? Select an object in your scene. Click create in the timeline window. Does each object only have one timeline? What the hell? This is confusing. Wrong window. Windows. Where is timeline? Director component and a timeline asset. Oh, I mean, I already have that one. Okay, I see. So I will need to add director. And then this is what I set there. Play on awake. Good job. Okay, so after 3 seconds we should get the game started. Ay, ay, ay. Computer says no. Oh, signal track. Hold on. Signal receiver, signal track, bindings. What the hell is this? Oh. I need to bind this signal receiver into these guys. How the hell do I do that? Like this. Okay, fuck. Okay, now it's gonna work. First try. 1, 2, 3. Fuck. Bruh. I mean, it has play on awake. It is playing this freaking timeline. Do I actually need to have something running here? Besides just a... What the hell is a playable track? Oh, I didn't save this even. Maybe that was the issue. 1, 2, 3. Is the signal actually on the timeline? Yes, it's here. Did signal start game finished? Emit once after 3 seconds. So it's here. It is here. The playhead looks like it's 3 seconds in, but not any signals. No, I mean it's there. The signal is this little thing here on the signal track. Oh. So what the hell is a signal track then? Add signal emitter. Oh. Ah, so maybe I need to do that. There. I can't even click on it. Signal track. I think that I need a track, and because I don't have a track, this is not running. I think it's this, because if I don't have a track, then what am I running, you know? In theory. I wonder if it's crashing because of this. Okay. Now this is the part where I chat GPT stuff, because there's zero shot I'm wasting time with this part. No. Just go, my guy. Because this is happening because I renamed something. Click empty space in the hierarchy. Deselect everything. What the fuck do you mean? Reset the Unity layout. Okay, we are restarting Unity. Okay, now we are opening Unity again. Go. Okay, will this work now? Okay, it's not giving errors, so that's good. It's also not logging stuff. Oh, hold on. Because now this doesn't have the signal receiver, because I cleared it. Somehow. It is kind of janky, like there are a ton of stuff here. Update method, game time. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. GG, we started the game. Good job, us. Hooray! Hell yeah! Flawless victory. First try every time. First try every time. Did it. Yep, GG. GG, we won. Okay, so this means that I can just do a transition. On start game finished. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I don't know if the colors are picked automatically. Yeah, I don't know if the colors are picked automatically or not. For each one. Each player is given a known base, which is a color. Randomly select a starting player. Play proceeds clockwise. Randomly select a starting player. Okay, so here we'll need to figure out one random starting player. Which means that we'll do a math.random. Is this how the big guys do it? No. Random dot range 0 to player's length. Maybe it would be better to use the actual state machine thing in Unity, though don't know if that's for animations only or used generally. You can do transitions based on Boolean values and that kind of logic, but I don't know. But the primary use case is for animations. So you can like blend a running with jumping, for example. Okay, so maybe I don't need this one. And okay, it's going to be start round. Good job. And then here on start round, it will probably do the something as well. The question now is, this is just a single timeline. A timeline to start the game, and this will allow you to move the camera and set all kind of shit that you want. But I'll probably need to do one now for the start round, where it will kind of like animate the text and stuff. So I think I would need to do like a start game, and I put that there, and then I yoink, then I call start round, and this is a start round finished, and this is a timeline start round. Now does this work? Start game, start round. Because then what you will want to do is, I think that then you are able to modify values on the timeline, where you can, for instance, say, okay, this is the next player position and the camera orientation, and then you can actually use the timeline to lerp to that player, or rotate the board to show the next player, something like that. But yeah, okay, start round. Okay, so what does this mean actually? This means that eventually I would need to change this playable director to play the other animation. right? For example, I would do here the on start game finished, and then I would need to do director.playable, oops, director.playable equals timeline start round. Something like this, prefab. One director per timeline. The thing with one director per timeline is that I will actually also need to have one game object for each one. So then for each animation you have one game object, which maybe is what we want to do, but then I would need to create tags or something that differentiates the state. I wonder if I can have like maybe I should have a timeline manager code, and then the timeline manager also calls. The timeline manager is responsible for modifying the next director and also modifying the game state. So instead of modifying the game manager directly, the timelines would modify themselves. Maybe. Maybe not, because I guess the game manager is the one that wants to control everything. What about multiple signal tracks for the one director? I can't create more. I can only have one, apparently. So this is only bound to one signal receiver. And you also can't have multiple here inside because I cannot enable and disable tracks individually, I think. I do not know. We need the SpongeBob yoink sound. Create it, and then I'll click and say yoink. Is there actually an audio of SpongeBob saying yoink? I don't think this is what you want. And wow, it crashed that tab. Okay, I don't like this music. Every time I listen to this music, I'm like, oh, okay, parts of this is cool, but then nah. Bruh. What are you doing? Just open this freaking... Yoink. Is this the one? Yoink. 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 I don't know. Well, if you can find it and then paste it there on the Discord, please. Okay. How do I want to do this? Do I want to notify the game manager, and then the game manager is the one that transitions? Yeah. I mean, the game manager should be the one that has GPT for a plan. To recommend a decent approach. Aye. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? No. No. I'm trying to learn Unity. unless someone knows what they are talking about, I'm not trusting an LLM. LLMs don't know how to build games. But I was thinking something like this, where I would have now well, probably instead of this I'll do timeline manager dot start round or something, and this would inside would change the director. Yeah, that's the plan. GG, we have a plan. So script timeline manager is going to be this is going to be singletons everywhere. I mean, singletons are probably the best thing that was ever invented in terms of in terms of like programming. I love them so much. Okay, we go again. What do we need here? I'll need timeline. Probably is it called a timeline asset? Probably. What are you called, my guy? Timeline asset. GG. Okay. So I want to have a timeline asset. And I'll have one timeline asset for start game. Then another one for, I mean, it's essentially one for each, almost one of these states. Start round. Then I'll have one for end round, obviously. I don't think I will need for this, but maybe for the combat, because I will need to. Okay, let's not overthink this. Start game, start round, end game, end round. Let's not overthink this. Start game, start round. End round, end game. There is recommending a similar approach toward your current one, if that's any help. Thank you. It means that I'm kinda smart. Field, yeah. I mean, what we'll need to do is on this placement and combat. Okay, for example, on the combat. Okay, so the player, well, the play will be, the regular camera will be this, right? This will be the regular camera. But then imagine that we will be fighting in like this square right there. Then what will probably happen is that we will not be here. We'll probably we want to like move the camera there. And then we'll maybe like this or something, and then we'll see the pieces and the dice, or I just scroll there and I see some people throwing the dice here. But maybe I can add those as I need them. For now, this is fine, because essentially what I want to do is I want to be able to say that I don't even know. I don't even know what I want anymore, because some of these will have animations, some of these won't. But I don't know. I think I mean, I do like this approach. I just don't know exactly what I want to do. Timeline. I don't know. I'm a fraud. Yoinked. Yoinked indeed. Okay, and if I do here a start game, then what I'll want to do here is, okay, let me move this script there. Timeline manager, go. Well, timeline manager, go. Script class cannot be found. Bro, it's literally here. Literally here. Oh, because you're not compiling or something? Good job. So then what I want to do is I want to start game goes there. You see, then start round goes there, and I mean might as well. Oops. Oh no, I can't delete them back. Fuck. Start game. This is going to be end game. End game finished. Good job. Timeline end game. Pum, 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 pum. And this is going to be end round. Can I change like the all these displays here? I'd rather have a list than this crap. Good job. And round finished. And round. And round finished. Good job. Now if I go there, and round, and end game. Something like this. And I would probably not have a play on awake. Well, I'll probably want to play on awake for the start game one, but for the other ones I won't have. I don't want to have. In any case, I will need to grab a reference to my playable director. Oh, yeah, I forgot that these things do the private stuff like this. It's not match start game. Nah, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. Nah, I want this. Okay, and when I do start game, I want to say that director.playable asset, it's that. And then I'll want to say, can I do a dot restart or something? No. Can I do a dot play? No. Not this. Dot play. Oh, and it can also take. How do I navigate these? Hold on. Control P. Bro, why can't I use like arrow up and arrow down? Okay, but here I can do this. Good job. So now I just need to figure out who the hell is my director. And my director will be this. Okay. Good job. And then I can do start game, end game, end game, and now start round and end round. Okay, start game, start round, end game. Time equals 0 just in case, then play. I mean, pretty sure play will set that to 0. Play injected, damn. I mean, pretty much. Pretty sure. Because this initial time is probably whenever you play, the initial time that this is on. The time at which the playable will begin playing. So if you put a 0 here, they all start from 0. Do I need to do any of this? I'll leave it be. On start this, and here I can say timeline manager.start round. Cannot, yeah. Starts round. Okay. And now, if I were also, I wonder if I only want to transition to start round finished at the end of this, you know? I'm not sure. But okay. And here I'll have all the reactions. So that's start game, then start round, then end game. And here I say game manager dot well, I'll need to create all of this one time. On start round finished, on end round finished, on end game finished. Something like this. On start round finished, I just transition from earn movement tiles. Yep. And then I earn these tiles, and this will probably be an animation as well. Oh man, these will all be animations. And then earn combat tiles, which requires rolling the dice. Which will probably require you to like grab the dice and then like throw it. I mean, I feel like I'm probably putting the horses in front of the carriage, you know? Maybe I should have the game working before going all in on this. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, because at the end of the start round you just get to earn movement tiles, and this will probably play the earn movement tiles thing. And then here you'll have a public void on earn movement tiles finished. And here you will transition to earn combat tiles. And this one won't have we'll get there, but essentially these earn combat tiles, it requires rolling the dice, but auto roll if no action after 3 seconds, something like this. So the player has 3 seconds to roll the dice. If they don't roll the dice, we roll the dice ourselves automatically. Or not, I don't know. Same thing here. So that's a maximum of 3 seconds, but it can be cut shorter. Okay, on earn movement tiles finished, you go on earn combat tiles, then you go on earn combat tiles finished, and then you go on place tiles. On earn, you go on place tiles. And place tiles is just a regular camera where you place them tiles. And then it's possible that you have a start combat here, and these would call something like this, a start combat. Combat resolve. And then here we would have a public void on combat resolve finished. Something like this. And on these we will need to go back to place tiles probably. I mean, all of these will have like animations, like even the action of placing a tile, you'll select the tile like moving into place from like the, I don't know, like from the corner, like you can see like a tile flying like from here to there or something. Okay. One thing that I'll need to do is, if my current state is place tiles, but I'll need to check, do I have movement tiles yet? Do I have combat tiles yet? If no to both. This finishes the round. End player turn. Start. Oh, end player turn. But there will probably also be like a button. There will also be a button where you can click on end player turn. You are only forced to play the movement tiles. You are not forced to go into combat. Public void end player turn. And these will set state to this, I guess. Current state. Equals e game states dot end player turn. But I would say that somewhere here I'll need to check if it's end of turn or end of round. You know? End round. So it's either going to be one or the other. And here I'll do a end round. And here I will do a end no. Yeah, something like this. I mean, this is all mock-up code. I don't actually know if this is proper or not. Because, for example, here on the end round finished, it can also transition to end game. You know, if one of the scores is above 35, to do check if one of scores is above winning score. Threshold. Winning score. Greater or equal. And then it's oops. If yes, this, else that. And instead of this, we do a end game and then start or end game. You know, something like this. Something like this, and this is our state machine. This is our state machine. Oh, I didn't actually put the pictures here. Yeah, so we'll also need to build this UI at some point. I don't think I like this UI. This looks like a mobile game. But it's not for me to decide. But yeah, we'll have the end turn button there. I don't like this UI at all. Thoughts? I don't like it. I mean, to be completely fair, Jacob is a 3D modeler. He's not a UI UX guy. Predators, it's his Twitch name. But I guess we will be able to ask another friend of ours to come up with a proper UI. Oh, this is the version from maybe it's not, but this image, I'm pretty sure this image is from Chaotix, and then you just imposed this on Photoshop. Chaotix engine. I'm pretty sure. Okay. In any case, well, I could have renamed this. Menus. Game UI. In-game UI. What kind of settings then does he want? Probably only volume. Maybe I could build a bot as well to play the game automatically. That would be nice. That would be a nice challenge, actually. Or maybe train a neural network to play the game, like they did for Go and then chess. That would be nice as well. Okay, what happens if I just click play? Okay, maybe I should just add debug logs to all of these, just so I know actually what the hell is going on. On end raw finished. Debug log on game finished. Debug log in player turn. Debug log. Okay. Okay, let me just see what the hell happens if I click play. On start game finished. Okay, and then nothing. Cool. Cool. Okay, so I want to get rid of this tile spawn tester. That is nice. That is nice. Oh, I didn't even plug all of these ones. Okay, I will remove this for now. I feel like I should be making more commits than what I am right now. You know? I feel like I should. Add reference images. Yeah, because I mean all of this code is new, so it's whatever. It's whatever. First, today we are working on a Unity game. Yep, the same game as yesterday's afternoon. I'm trying to like build checkers, yeah, Dwarven checkers, which is a little bit different. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a skeleton for the architecture. So I'm trying like to, what is it? Checkers for hands? No, checkers for dwarves. Dwarves. But yeah, I'm trying to come up with the skeleton for the code and the state machine and all of that. But I have no idea of what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't built a Unity game in. Is that a politically correct terminology? No, it's a dwarves. Dwarves. Fourth project in Godot when? Someday. Maybe someday we'll work on our own game. Who knows? But for now, I'd rather work on... Hello, Lit Geek. Good morning. Also, good morning, TS Just. Welcome, welcome. Okay. I kind of created a skeleton for the state machine here. But I would say that probably I want to start implementing like actual game logic. I mean, for now I can only check if the tile maps are properly, which they are. Like all of this is working fine and dandy. Well, one thing, okay, one thing that I don't have is I still need to actually map these to coordinates. Like this cell script should have a coordinate and they don't have it yet. So I'll need to do that now before I can even start. Public int x public int y. This will be fun because now I get to put all of these. So this is a row 0 for all of these. But this is going to be 1, I guess. Well, I have the numbers here, so 1, 2, 3. Well, we only need to do this 121 times. So this is not boring at all, guys. You need to stick with me here. Okay, first row done. Good job, us. Okay, row number 2. Well, y equals 1. This part is easy. And I wonder. 0, 0, 0. Hold on, this is going to be 0, so this is 0 as well. See, so this is 0, 1. Yes. Disregard these numbers here. This is 1. This is 2. Well, I could probably build a script that takes the name of those and does this automatically. I don't know if it would be actually faster than me having to do all of this by hand now. But it is what it is. We need to do it. We need to do it. Can I also do this? Probably. One. Good job. Row 2. Okay, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Can I like move this so I don't have to move the mouse as much? 3. We are saving milliseconds on each edit now. Can even do it faster. 10, 11. I could do this and even move it closer. Okay, now 2, 2, 2, 2. Oops. 2, 2. Okay. Do you guys have any funny jokes that you wanna type in chat right now? Because this is not fun, so please entertain me while I'll go through all of this. Because I can't talk about nonsense while doing this, because if I do, I'll just make a mistake and then it will be impossible to figure out that mistake. Hold on. Okay, we have a joke. Let me just finish this row. Hold on. Do you know how to tell that a car is from Jamaica? Because the exhaust smells like weed smoke. You can tell by the registration plate. Nice one. And also the car will smell like weed. So we were both right. Do you know how to tell that a car is from the UK? No, I do not. The windscreen wipers have windscreen wiper wipers. Hold on. The windscreen wipers, which is like have windscreen wiper wipers. I don't know what that means. I need a drawing. The windscreen wipers have windscreen wiper wipers. The windscreen wipers have windscreen wiper wipers. I see. So it's windscreen wipers all the way. Like Inception of windscreen wipers. Okay. I like the other one a little bit better. But good joke. Good joke. Keep them coming. I thought about a redeemable, but like a reward redeemable, which would be me reading one dad joke. But I would need to get a book of dad jokes, and then I would pick one randomly and read it out loud to you. Thoughts? Do you think it's a funny redeemable or not really? Do you know how to tell that a car is from the internet? That a car is from the internet. Because it has like bite-sized tires. You can tell by the spoiler. Yeah, I see. Yeah, people do enjoy spoiling all kinds of shit on the internet. It's very sad. Mainly when you are watching like a TV series and you say, oh, I haven't watched it yet. Oh, it's really cool. Like that guy dies. And you are like, well, thank you for spoiling it to me. Now I won't watch it. I'm already tired of doing this. And I'm starting to grow tired of my playlist as well. Because I know all the songs now. And it's playing songs randomly, by the way, but there's only like 10 hours of music here. Five. The chat being over that makes it hard to see what you are editing. Yes. Should be better now. I'm essentially like mapping the cells, you know, like there are cells here. See, like this row of cells, it's each one of those, and I need to know what their coordinates are, like the integer coordinates, so then I can see if I... Holy shit, cover the motor. Okay, that's a fun one. Do you know how to tell that a card is from Cover the Mora? Yeah, it will either be with bullet holes or it won't have any tires, or, and I don't want to sound racist, it will be full of black guys. You can tell by the hood. Yeah, it's gonna be full of black guys. Cover the Moda is not a safe place. I can tell you that much. That's like hardcore ghetto. Oh man, I'm still only halfway done with these. 8, 9. Oh my god. 10. Good job. Row 5 is done. 5 to go. Dudes are getting cancelled. It was fun while it lasted. Well, I did the preface saying that I wasn't being racist. Yeah. You all need to give me a lesson about which places in Portugal are safe or not to go. Don't go to Amadora. Amadora. No. You can go everywhere else. Easy. Don't go there, go everywhere else. I mean, there's actually nothing pretty to watch in IKEA inside Amadora. No. IKEA is in Alfragide, which is close by but not there. Alfragide doesn't belong to Amadora. Where the fuck is this? Here. Alfragide. And the Amadora starts here. Cova da Moura is here. This is Amadora. Yeah, all of this part. Don't go there. Yeah. Yeah, just don't go on the white square, essentially. Okay, thanks. No problem. And I used to live here, near this station here, which is on like the limit of Amadora. It was very scary. Very scary. I mean, I mean it. Like legit scary. Like random shootings, random stuff being burning. They would like burn random garbage cans in the middle of the night. Why is the center of that park censored? Because it's a military compound. Yeah. We don't have anything there. I mean, nothing that justifies being censored, but I guess it's an automated stuff. Same reason as prisons usually are. That prisons are censored as well. Where's one of those? Not Restelo here. Hold on. Where is this? Alcântara, more here. Cajos Toré. Hold on, I'm confused. Cossio. Blah blah blah. See? Censored. It's a prison. The new stupid thing is in the US is teenager takeovers, they call them. I don't know what a teenager takeover is. Mass robbings. I see. Like at stores. Yeah, we had that episode of that. I think you mean like dozens of kids would like enter a store and they would all enter and leave at the same time because there's no way you can actually catch that many people. And sometimes that happens here at the bridge, at the beach. What's that beach? Carcavelos. So yeah, so like in this beach is like the closest actual useful beach that you can go to in all of this region. Okay, so there are like no other beaches here that you can go. You only have like this Praia de Carcavelos beach. And there was one year where guys from here. No, there are more beaches, but this is the one more closest to Lisbon and for people that don't have cars. So, one year, people from there, Amadora, like a bunch of teenager kids, went to Praia de Carcavelos, like 50 kids or something, and they did a teenager turnover where they essentially robbed everyone that was on the beach. And then they fled. GG. Yep. Teenagers here mostly have hand grenades. So safe. Now they actually carry weapons. Yeah. Well, I don't think they carry weapons here. They're just stupid kids from the hood that have some... I wouldn't say scary appearance, because that sounds racist as hell, but they don't look like regular people from the city. Like, they don't dress like regular people on the actual rich areas, you know. And this is a fairly rich area. Like, all of this area here is like the richest area in Portugal. All of this. So you can see why they would go to that beach as well. So we're not going swimming there then. I mean, you can. It only happened once. So now it never happened again, because then they started hiring like police and security here. But yeah. We need to go to Cristo Rei. Cristo Rei is sweet. Can I put a 3D map on this guy? How do I 3D map? Help. More. Globe view. GG. Cristo Rei. We go on Cristo Rei when? And then we look onto the bridge. It's very fun. Statue from Lost. This is like Redemption Christ or whatever it's called from Brazil. It's like the same figure. I mean, it's literally Jesus, but it's literally the same. Pep 13 here again. Raid! Hello, Raiders! Hello everyone. Hello, Pep. How are you? Thank you for the raid again. Thank you again. How was your stream? Raiders of the Ark. Indeed. Yeah, everyone. Today we are working on a Unity game. We have like different projects every single day, essentially. And today I've been working on a Unity game with a friend. And we just started today, so not really any progress to show. I only have like the art assets in, but you can play the game at all. Continuing the learning about Next.js with React. Really cool. I actually did a tutorial. Maybe it's the same tutorial that you're following. I did a tutorial, I think it was a Versal Next.js tutorial or something. And then I made this tutorial, essentially. And how can I check what tutorial was this? Hold on. Documentations, Academy. I mean, it was one of these tutorials here. Yeah, and then I converted it into a push-ups tracker, like a push-ups, like an exercise tracker, where I'm counting the number of push-ups that I do. Yeah, I don't know web dev. I mean, I know a little bit of web development, but not enough to get around. I've always worked on game development stuff my entire career, so But it's good. It's good to learn new stuff. And are you enjoying it? Do you have any programming experience besides web development? Yes, that's very complex. You have to know so much. Yeah, web development, there are so many languages, there are so many tools, so many frameworks. Then you have backend, you have front end, you have all databases stuff. Yeah, it's very complex. It's very complex. I would say that, well, it's not either easier or more difficult than game development. It's obviously way different. But at least in terms of game development, you only have like 2 or 3 languages or engines that you need to learn, which are like Godot, Unity, and Unreal. And you probably wouldn't use any other one. Optimization, data, framework, deployment, UI, UX. Exactly. Too much. And I would say that now it's even more difficult in terms of web development, because I remember, I don't know, like maybe 10 years ago, people would either do front end only, so only UI UX, or they would do back end only. And now they need to do everything. Now you need to be a full stack developer. Yeah, so you are paid the same thing, and now you need to know and do twice the work. So I kind of think things were a little bit easier back in the time, but it is what it is. For my first deployment, Docker, Vite.js, I don't know what it does. Node.js, I know. TypeScript, I know. Express, I know. Caddy, I don't think I do. Nginx, I do. Jest, I do not know. And Playwright for the tests. That one I do. I don't know what they are. Yeah, so I only know like half of the stuff that is there. And I know them by name. Yeah, really cool. Like everything that is web development is always very, very complex, because it will be always at least like 5 different tools that need to work. And in the game engine, I mean, you write code and you click play, and the thing plays. You know, the thing plays. It's very easy compared to that. I mean, obviously I'm simplifying, because once you need to deploy the game and have servers and lobbies and multiplayer, then you'll need to do a bunch of backend work as well with servers. But just for the game itself, I mean, it's fairly simple. Even deploying, I don't know where it is. There's like a deployment button where it compiles to Linux, Mac OS, Windows. It compiles for Android, it can compile for iPhone, all from here. And I don't have to do many changes. I'll go have a cuddle with Dudes or two, still figuring out whether Simon Out and Dicky Weeks are joining. Frontend used to have UX and UI as well, as separate jobs. Yeah, right, because there's frontend where you build the UI, but then the UI usually is defined by someone else that picks the colors and the fonts and the sizes and the layout overall, and then you just implement the layout. I'd love to join if I could. Already going on a cruise to Alaska. Damn, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Alaska. I mean, what do you guys have in Alaska besides snow? Maps. Alaska. Alaska, hold on. Almost there. Damn. Alaska there. See you, dude. Have a great stream for all. Thank you very much, Pep. See you next time. Grizzly bears. Those are the black giant ones, or are the brown ones? No, I think brown bears are the grizzly bears. Hello, Vroom Bullet. Hello. Welcome to the stream. King crabs, yeah. Crabs are yummy. Crabs are yummy. My favorite sushi piece is something that I have here in my town, which is made with king crab. Which is really, really, really good. Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I don't know if it's a king crab, but it's some sort of giant crab. But I'll have to double check. Yeah, and I live here in Portugal. And then everyone else is from everywhere in the world. Litgeek is American, somewhere here. We have people from Northern Europe, from Ireland, from France. Be right back. Okay, see you in a little bit. Okay, hello everyone that have joined the stream from the raid. Thank you very much for the raid. Yeah, today I'm working on a Unity game. This will be a digital version of a board game that a friend of mine has built, and now he's trying to create a digital version so people can actually play using computers and cell phones and well, try to sell a digital copy of it essentially. And he asked me for help, and I have more experience with Unreal. But he said that he wanted to go with Unity, and I only worked with Unity like 10 to 15 years ago when I did my master's degree, so I haven't played with Unity since then. So I'm kind of having to relearn pretty much everything. So if you guys know Unity, feel free to suggest something. Because I have no clue what I'm doing, and everything that I'm doing I need to research. So, but currently there's not really much that is happening. I'm just essentially trying to set up the game, you know, and because we have all of these possible playing cells. And some cells are different than the others. I mean, you can tell by the color. I need to essentially create one game object for each cell, which will hold the data that cell has. So that's what I'm doing. But it's a fairly tedious task. So I apologize in advance. But hopefully I will only have to do this once, unless my friend decides that he wants like a different map or a different shape or something, and then that would be a little bit worse. But we need to do what we need to do. Yeah, so essentially I'm just mapping the index, like columns and rows for each of these tiles into a script. You speak C++ and I speak Rust. Well, I also speak Portuguese and C++ and C# and Rust. Yeah. Is there no way to loop the creation somehow? Hello, Ducito. Good morning. There probably is. I don't know how to. I mean, I know that I would need to create scriptable object that is essentially scripts that can run on the editor. But I mean, the only way to automate this is I would need to, like, I don't even know, But know the top left coordinate of this and the bottom right coordinate of this, and then give it an x and the y, and then say that odd number rows have x tiles and even numbered rows have y tiles. And you see, I mean, it would be possible, but at the same time it would take so much to code and debug that for now I'd just rather do this. Or we could go the vibe coded approach, but I don't want to do that. I like to learn. I like to suffer myself. Yeah, I'm just the type of person that spends 10 hours to fix a 5-minute manual task. Yeah. Because this is not my project, and because technically I'm being paid, I don't want to waste time with stuff that I would only use once, you know? So I'd rather do this manually once and then it will be done. I'm just fixing like all the names for the entities as well, so they match wherever it's there. But yeah, I could do something like, if I have a cell, I could use like the name of them and then split by the comma and then set the x and y automatically, something like that. But something like that. Okay, row 8. You don't speak Rust, you want to speak Rust. I mean, we have a Rust dedicated project. If you were to appear there more often, then I could teach you one thing or two. But usually you aren't there for those streams for some reason, so I can't help you. Oh, you're practicing Portuguese now. Okay. What do you want to learn in Portuguese? And I'll teach you. Okay, this is now a Portuguese lesson. Forget Unity, because this is like very, very boring job. And I mean, it's already lunchtime, so I'm about to end stream in like 20 minutes. Yeah, tell me what you want to learn in Portuguese and I will teach you. I gotta learn the basic grammar so I can throw sentences together. If one more person follows, they just will start talking Portuguese only, instead of remembering phrases. Yeah, PogChamp. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching the stream. And I see that we have a bunch of non-followers watching. So it would mean a lot to me if at least one of you could follow, because that would mean that I would break the challenge, or I would finish the challenge for this week, which is 60 followers, or finishing the week with at least 60 followers. And we are at 59, so it literally just depends on one of you clicking that button. And I have a nice surprise if you follow the channel right now. I can click it. Well, you already follow it, so doesn't count. Does not count. Okay. 2 rows to go. OX7, hello. It's very weird you guys like start typing messages as if you weren't here for a ton of time. You could say hello, and then I could say hello, good morning. Glad to have you back. Hello, OX7. I want to hear TS Just speak Portuguese with his accent. Hola. Well, your hola was Spanish. Yeah, ban the Spaniard. Yep. Banned. What am I doing? I don't even know. This is not proper streaming content. This is just boring. Do the same thing 100 times content. It is what it is. We're almost done though. Yes, I don't speak Portuguese. Well, I'm teaching Portuguese, so if there's something that you'd like to know how to say in Portuguese, I can teach you. I said some German phrase to a German once, and he was like, wait, you are German? So apparently my German accent is flawless. Wunderbar! The secret scream. Yeah, you talk very loudly, as if you were going like to punch a wall or something. And then you sound, willst du ein Schmetterling haben? Yeah. I have no idea what I just said. Or if it sounded German at all. Oh my god, I'm so tired of this already. 9, 10. Okay, only one to go. Only one to go. Would you like to have a butterfly? That sounds useless. That sounds like a useless question to ask anyone. How would you catch a butterfly to begin with? And will you give them an alive one, or will it be dead? Willst du ein Wasser haben? What about a water with a net? Hammer. Hadouken. NCS just a butterfly. Blade first in. Hello, Hadouken. Good morning. Welcome. Wasser. Yeah, Wasser is water. Water, yeah. Do you want one water, please? They use discrete units. You can only have one water at once in Germany. A boa or wower. Boa or wower. Stop having weird name. Says the guy with the weirdest name. Hadouken. Street Fighter. Is your name because of Street Fighter, or does it mean something else? Yes. Hadouken. Well, but it's Hadouken and not Hadouken. So where did the Anan come from? Okay, let's go. Last ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is painful. 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I need to triple check. Hammer. Quanto custa? Yes. How much does it cost? That is correct. I need the dude Zord. I'm here. €1. €1 for the hammer is very inexpensive. You should update your ongoing projects, by the way. No Unity game there. Yes. I'm waiting for Jacob to give me like a Discord link or something that I can direct people onto. Okay, starts at a 0. Hold on, it starts at a 0. It starts at a 1. Okay, 0. Job starts at a 0. Starts at a 0. Oh. I didn't updated these names here. Almost there, Jacob. Or Protifers. I never know its name on here. Who's he? Proditors is this guy. Whenever you see Proditors here, you say hello, Jacob, and you will get spooked. Hundra. Okay, so that's like 100. Okay, 100 should be 100. Yeah. 1000. 100,000 and 100 and something pounds and summon pences. It's true. 700,000. 700,000 and then 177. So, okay. So, this? No, 37. So 100. So it's this? 700,777 and 77 cents. No, that's not what's written there. Pretty sure I'm correct. It's this. Yeah. See? I'm smart. Freaking nailed it, guys. Freaking nailed it. Okay. This looks proper. 07. Okay. 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 This part here is done. Be back later. Bye, guys. 777. No, that's only 777.77. No. 777. No, 200 is 1000. Okay. 777,000. 777 plus 77. Yeah. My sincerest apologies. All is forgiven. Good job. Good job. Yeah. What do I want to do here now? So sales now have the proper thing. I can do these. Just making sure that I'm like overing the proper cell. What more can I do? You know? What more can I do? Because it's kind of lunch time. And then I will take like a 1 hour rest. Yeah. Damn, only 59 followers. Such a tiny channel. Guys, follow the channel now for a chance to win a car. True story. I'm raffling a car. I'm rattling a car. Okay. Should I work on this on the afternoon stream? Or should I do Unreal development? Because I have more tasks for the Unreal development, but they're mostly research tasks, which are not that fun to actually stream. Or maybe we do the Game Boy. So many projects, so many possibilities, and I have no idea what to stream next. No, I should continue working on this. No, I don't want to work on this more. Well, not more today. I mean today. I mean the project that brings me the more more nice feelings. I don't know how to put it into words. Is the Game Boy, obviously, because it's my project. But these projects bring me the money. I mean, I get paid for the number of hours that I work on this, but I have an upper limit. So there's really no incentive for me for work more hours than I'm supposed to. Same thing for the Unreal game. It's only a maximum of 20 hours a month. And I already worked on this yesterday afternoon for like 2 hours. And now I've worked on this for like 3 hours and a half. So this week's budget for this game is already in. You see? That's the thing. I mean, I could work on them more time, but that just means I don't get paid, so I'd rather work on wherever brings me more joy. Yeah, I think I should only start working on this on afternoons, because it's when Jacob is here. Because he's American as well, you see. So he only starts his day like 1 or 2 hours from now. So I think I will need to pivot to only work on these like on 2 afternoons per week, which is still 8 hours, by the way. But I'm willing to pretend that those 8 hours are 5. Yeah. I don't know. I will lunch. I want to continue working on this, and then I will decide on lunch, because you guys also didn't tell what you guys preferred. Is there someone that you guys know of that maybe we could raid? I mean, we have 10 viewers from Pop. Unity is nicely digestible, in my own opinion. Yeah. The thing is the amount of hours, you know. It's only that. I don't like working for free. Shame on me, right? Shame on me. I don't know. All the streamers are asleep today, it seems. Yeah. Let me see if there's someone that I know that I could raid. Well, there's Kunos, but Kunos only does Rust. And then there's the Ginger Dev that is finishing his game. Yeah. So maybe I will throw you all to the Ginger Dev. And we'll go there. And then I'll be back in like 40 something minutes. Hello, it's me. Whoa, such a beautiful. Okay. Terrible. Stop. Oh my god. No. Stop. Maybe time to consider a lunch video so you don't lose the viewers and have to start over. Yes. And no. Because my idea, or what I would like to do, is I would like to work on one project in the morning and one project on the afternoon. And I want to split this into 2 streams because I'm also uploading these to YouTube and I'd rather have like different VODs. I understand that I'm probably gonna waste a couple of viewers doing this, but I really want to like use the lunchtime to take a break, you know? I don't want to rush myself to eat like in 10 or 15 minutes so I don't lose any viewers. I don't want that pressure, which I feel is like what happened in other streams. I'm not judging, I mean, people do what they want to do, but I really want to keep it chill. I'll do my lunch, I'll take how long I feel like taking. No rush. I mean, I can even go for a walk if I want, and then when I decide to come back and stream, I'll come back and stream. By the way, we have ads now, so let's first run these ads because I like money. So don't go away. It's only 3 minutes, and then we'll raid Ginger Dev if that's fine with you. So I'm kicking off ads now. I mean, I'm only speeding them up by 2 minutes. Yeah, okay, ads in progress. Good job. Let's make a Dudes Are in the Adventure history video. I mean, maybe, but not to play on the stream. Maybe as a 1 year streaming adventure, its own thing, and then put it on YouTube, you know? Yeah, guys, I also have, while we wait, I also have a YouTube channel. I actually have 2. Never mind what the hell all of this is. But I have Dudes Art Streams, and this is essentially just posting every single VOD that we have here. And then I also have the other one, which is just at Dudesord, which is empty. But hopefully I will make a video about the Game Boy project once I finish it. Just a dedicated regular YouTube video and see how it goes. I mean, it says here that it has 2 videos, but I think it's like past VODs or something. Yeah. Nuke these guys. Delete forever. Bye. So, yeah. You can also follow me on YouTube. I should probably put a link here, now that I think of it. But yeah. Oh, 3 subscribers. Damn. See, it worked, guys. Go subscribe me on YouTube. I need friends there. Okay, let me see who subscribes. Oh, it hasn't updated yet. Sad. Okay, I'm just waiting for everyone to be back from the ad break, so I can say my final goodbyes, you know? Who followed me? Doesn't say. Weird. Whoever followed me unfollowed. I think. Okay, ad break ends in 20 seconds. I followed expecting grand things now. Now I feel the pressure. I didn't get a notification though, for some reason, which is weird. Okay, I'm just waiting for the ads to finish. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, let's kick off this raid then. Le Ginger Dev. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching the morning stream. We worked on the new Unity game that we are developing with our friend Predators. It's a board game that we are trying to make it into a digital game that we will all be able to play because it will be multiplayer. And I'll go have lunch and I will be back in around 1 hour. And I think I will work on the Game Boy. I think I'm feeling like working on the Game Boy, so it's going to be a Rust stream. But I think it's going to be really cool. I think we'll be able to play the game today, fortunately. Hopefully. So I'll send you guys there. Thank you very much, and I will see you in 1 hour. Okay, bye bye. Raid now. Bye bye.